When your 7-year-old niece asks for a Space Marine, what do? You make her one. So I was recently on cool uncle duty and having a babysit for a few days. All my life lessons have come from watching 80s films, so this was a good opportunity to break out my best Uncle Buck impression. We ate a lot of junk and watched a lot of rubbish, and to be honest, I never need to see a Monster High cartoon again. Though the film is pretty good. Yes, I just said that. Oh, and of course, we painted some minis. Being a girl or female, she wanted some girls' ones. Best I could do was some Sisters of Battle, which are a bit tricky for those little fingers. She also liked the girl robot one, so I gave her one to paint. And yes, even though you can't see their faces, they are indeed female. Honest, have you ever lied to a 7-year-old? A few days later, with my babysitting stint at an end, I packed her off home with a bag full of minis and a belly full of sugar. She ain't my problem anymore. But it got me thinking. Not many things do, but this did. Maybe I should make her one. A female one. A female Space Marine, that is. Now, I'm not going to get involved in that whole female Space Marine argument. Should they exist? Should they not? I mean, of course they should exist. And you should never argue with someone when you're right. So, I'm not going to. I got to work, a 3D head off Etsy, and well, I've got plenty of Space Marines lying around, so we can just use one of them. As for the marine paint job, well, my niece is not going to worry too much about my wet blends, glazing and layering technique, so this one can be a little rough around the edges. So that means contrast paints, some bad boy or glow dry brushing, and a few washes here and there just to add a bit of definition. I'm sticking to the classic ultramarine colours, so nice rich blues and a bright gold. For weapons, we're not going to be too fussy, everything gets a base coat of lead belcher. For dry brushing, I'm using a bright blue, in this case Thousand Suns blue, and just hitting the high areas. And then back to a blue wash just to pick out a few of the recess areas. And once that's dry, we can add a little gold. Then it gets a sepia wash. And we can also use that same wash on the weapons. For some quick and easy highlights, we'll use a small dry brush and pure white. And just go around and pick out a few of the edges. Back to the weapons, and even though they've had a sepia wash, we'll go back in and give some of the areas a black wash. The base also gets a quick white dry brush, and that'll do. And while all that is drying, we can go back and finish the female head. I wasn't too sure what would work best for the hair. Blonde, red, brown, the cyberpunk blue. Hey, let's go the whole cliche and shave the side of her head. But like most solutions, it was staring me in the face the whole time. White! So a quick black wash to pick out the details. And then an edge highlight using the side of a brush just to make the white stand out, and we can call her done. Onto the fun bit, paint effects. Keeping in line with the dry brush finish, I want to add a few bits of grime and dirt. Being a Space Marine, male or female, I always like them to look like they've been in a war. War-torn, I suppose you'd call it. Less is more of this typhus corrosion stuff, so I'll just go around the model and add a few bits here and there. It's a rule in 40k, but if you have a sword or chainsaw, it must be covered in blood. Just make sure you keep all the brush strokes in the same direction when applying this. We can then add a few finishing touches, transfers, a final tidy up, not forgetting the head, and take a look at the final reveal.